Your club for this weekend. Richmond taking on Port Adelaide. Sunday at the Docklands.
Oh, the Tigers, Thomas Morris, good to see him back. Hampson, Lloyd, Vlaster, and the side, Arnott, O'Hanlon, they've been omitted for the Port Power. They look tired on the weekend. Logan's back, the boy from Federals. Gray, Newton, Jakey Needs back. Monfries, they'll miss him with a hammy. Eddie had Sunday. Good game.
Well, Rex, Port, they're starting to get a little bit wobbly now. They've been hunted for pretty much most of the year, and now they've lost the last 3 out of 4 games. Is the wheel starting to fall off, do you think?
Well, they need to win this, and it's not going to be just a late misère because the Tigers are playing well in patches, and if they happen to put it together, Port Adelaide can go down. I want to sing the praises of Rance because he epitomises what the spirit of Richmond are about, and he has had a fantastic year. Congratulations on the 100 games. I'm tempted to think, with the way Richmond played in that first half against North Melbourne, and someone said, oh, you presented Guernsey, what happened? I said, the half-time siren blew. Anyhow, that was it. If they can put 4 quarters together, Port Adelaide will go back to the airport knowing they've had to fight. But I just think that Port Adelaide have got so much to play for that the Tigers might just fall short, but I'm hoping not.
Alan, with Port Adelaide, there's one sort of train of thought that if you close up the space with Port Adelaide and you keep the game nice and close and tight, that it's not the sort of game style that they like to play and they struggle a little bit. Would you go along with that or not?
Not so much. I reckon they've got some really good contested players, Travis Boak, Kane Corns, Ollie Wines, and but I guess with most teams that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to shut down their run and their space. So you know, they might be going through a heavy training period. You don't know. So it's like you know, they've probably been the benchmark for most of the season. So you can't really judge them on what's going on there.
You know, that's a really interesting point, and that's something that's crossed my mind, Rex. Do you think that they've been training a bit extra to get themselves ready for the latter part of the season? Or
Port Adelaide?
Yeah.
Well, I would.
Because it's just interesting.
I'd be disappointed if they weren't, because the thing that disappoints me most is that Port Adelaide, Fremantle, Sydney, they don't play enough games at the MCG under finals conditions. And if I was making application to the AFL next year, I'd say play as many games at the MCG as possible, because you can't simulate those finals conditions. And therefore, if you're not going to come to the MCG, of course you have to. And I'd be having some match practices as well, because once you get to that final series, you go up another notch, and it's nothing worse than having a great season and going out in straight sets.
Ivan, Jack Revolt, he's one of those guys that's the barometer at the Richmond Football Club. When Jack's up and about, the Tigers look really good, and I reckon he's the key to this weekend's game. If he can kick 4 or 5, 6 goals even, the Tigers should give this game good shake. But he really is one of the most important players, isn't he?
Yeah, so important. And the way he's been competing, I'm really impressed with the way he's been competing and creating goals for other players. You saw Ty Vickery kick 4 on the weekend, so he's very important to our forward line.
All right, let's get some tips. Rex, back to you. Was it Port Adelaide?
Port Adelaide, but by a small margin, because Richmond, they can win this. Make no mistake.
Okay.
I'm going to go for the Tigers. I reckon they've hit a bit of form, so I reckon they get up.
Okay, Ivan, we know you're going for takes.
Oh, no, for mine, Port. Port will come back, hit back, and in a big way.
Gilly?
Yeah, well, I'm surprised the game's at Etihad, because I thought that the MCG would probably suit Richmond more. So, because of the fact it's at Etihad, I reckon that'll suit Port Adelaide. Port Adelaide.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say Richmond there, but sorry, Brutko, but I'm going for Port Adelaide.